All right, y'all, for this Daily Dirty Teacher story, I want to first share with y'all this victim-blaming letter that a school sent out regarding a teacher who had been accused of horrible allegations. Now, keep in mind that as we are reading this letter, this teacher has since been charged with horrible things. The charges have been filed against him this week, today. And listen to what the school said, and notice how they take up for this teacher, even though they did find some things to be true, and they had multiple reports. At the time, there was just one or two things they found to be true, but since then, a ton of evidence has come out. Let's read it. Dear MCA family, Mooresville Christian Academy, I want to update you on the truth of the reason why Mr. Wessel is no longer at MCA. Mr. Wessel was hired several years ago, and over the years, we have investigated some inappropriate teacher behavior. These behaviors have not been sexual acts, criminal acts, keep in mind what they're saying, etc. And the behaviors have been found not to be true. All accusations have been investigated and CPS has been called on the accusations even when the student involved states this did not happen. All accusations have been screened out or unfounded. But over the years, parents continue to spread child ABUSC and misconduct rumors about Mr. Wessel. I'm very disappointed because I have investigated every single accusation. Mr. Wessel is not perfect, and he did make some inappropriate statements, but these were dealt with. So they even admit he made inappropriate statements, okay? With these accusations about Mr. Wessel, we put certain measures into action to protect him and MCA, not the students. One of those measures included no texting a student individually. A student brought some text messages to us that were not sexual in nature. Bull crap. No pictures, nothing criminal, but this behavior was a violation of our agreement. Again, there is a backstory that was verified by the parent involved, but this action is still a violation of our agreement. Mr. Wessel has worked extremely hard to make MCA better, and he has made an amazing impact in the lives of so many MCA students. Unfortunately, in this situation, this letter is to inform you that moving forward, Mr. Wessel is no longer employed at MCA. Please pray for him and his family. No mention of the victim's family or the victim. Unreal. And head of school, Bruce Peters wrote that. Now, let's talk about all the other stuff. So I believe that letter was sent out in December of last year, 2024. And since then, charges have been filed against 44-year-old Jacob Wessel, pictured here. And he is a now former robotics instructor at Mooresville Christian Academy, which is in Indiana. He is now accused by authorities of inappropriately communicating with a student, with an underage student, might I add. So according to court documents, as of today, Monday, May 19th, an arrest warrant has been issued for Jacob. He is reportedly facing a preliminary charge of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, which is a level 5 felony. So all these things the school said were not true. They now have evidence that they allegedly were. They have enough to charge him, at least, police to. I hope the school now feels ridiculous. So reportedly this year on January 3rd, a deputy with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office started to investigate a possible SEX offender case against Jacob. This was after a woman reported that he had sent inappropriate text messages to her 13-year-old daughter. Then another deputy was said to have followed up on the case on January 14th. Authorities soon found out that the student victim was a student at the school he taught at, Mooresville Christian Academy, and she began texting Jacob, who, as I said, was a robotics instructor at the school. The 13-year-old student victim claimed she had been texting with him since September of last year, 2024. The woman further told police that she had shared these text messages with the school principal. This was in December. Now, court documents do show that administrators confirmed that they had released Jacob from his position, and they claimed to have filed a report with Child Services. But they also sent that letter denying all the claims. The woman said that the text indicated that Jacob had supplied the victim with weed and that they consumed it together. The messages also indicated he had given the child Adderall before. Then there were messages between the teacher and the student, and he reportedly said that the two of them were in love. Unreal. 13 years old. This was reportedly followed by other messages where Jacob told the victim he wanted to kiss her. It was said that the victim kind of stepped back a bit and said that the messages made her uncomfortable. But you know what Jacob then allegedly said? That he doesn't see or put an age on it for his feelings. Sick. On March 24th of this year, the victim was then interviewed by detectives, and she admitted she was friends with Jacob and his family. She said she regularly communicated with him despite him acting odd at times. She further stated that their conversations started out with day-to-day things. That's before it got to be a bit strange and weird. As if all of this wasn't enough, she further said that Jacob rubbed her shoulders and her back. This was on one occasion when she was visiting with him and his family. The victim during the interview also claimed that he supplied her with Adderall, and that's when they were both in an elementary school area of the academy. He reportedly offered it because she was stressed before she took a test. He then allegedly told her she couldn't say anything about this all. He further offered her Mary Jane, marijuana, when they were inside his home once, and the victim admitted she consumed it on one occasion. She further confirmed with police that she shared all of this with school administrators. It was said that police had a hard time communicating with Jacob because he wouldn't pick up his phone, and he refused to meet with a uniformed deputy who showed up to his door to talk about the allegations. That screams guilt. So, administrators, nothing criminal in those text messages, really? Nothing SE-actual? Did he really make that school a better place? Did he really have such a positive influence on so many young kids over the years? What do you say for yourself now that you sent out that disgusting victim-blaming letter and taking up for him? I hope you feel ashamed, and I hope something is done to this school administration. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This one's rough. And for more cases of daily dirty teachers, be sure to follow and subscribe over on YouTube.